and welcome back to our show today, where we're making raw pizza. Right then, next is raw cheese, which looks like this. And to prepare raw cheese, we'll need cashews, which have been soaked overnight, and some fermented wheat water. And to make this fermented water, you soak sprouted wheat grains for about 24 hours in a warm place and then drain it. And then you will mix this fermented water with cashews in a blender. And the only thing you need to add a little bit of sea salt. And then we're going to place this mixture into the cloth, like this, for example. And put it on your colander or sieve and place it in the bowl. So you just basically soak all the water out. And you just close it and leave it in a warm place for about 24 hours. Once it's finished, you're going to have raw cheese, which tastes like ricotta cheese. I like to flavor it with some finely chopped spinach and some rosemary. So we're going to chop a little bit of, just a little handful of spinach. And some rosemary, fresh rosemary. Just a little handful of rosemary, and also chop it. Okay, so we'll mix those chopped herbs into our cheese, which will make it very flavorful. You can actually add a bit of freshly ground pepper. And you can add just a tiny bit of salt. And I'm going to mix it with a fork. Okay, here we are. Here our cheese. And next, I'm going to make a basil sauce, which I will need some basil, about half cup of basil, chopped basil. Okay, and we place the chopped basil into the basil. We will add some olive oil, some ground lemon rind, and a teaspoon of ground garlic, and some sea salt, about half of a teaspoon. Add a little bit of oil, some extra olive oil. Now you grind it for a few minutes so the basil really soaked in the other ingredients. And here, our basil sauce. And now I'll prepare the table to put our pizza together. Okay, for the pizza topping, I'm gonna use red pepper, some tomatoes, and some sun-dried tomatoes. I'm gonna cut it thinly into rings like this, and we got a mixture of tomatoes here, some plum tomatoes, some cherry. Just gonna halve them. Now I'll get pizza base out of the dehydrator, which looks like this when it's ready. It's dry like a sort of biscuit. Okay, and I'll place our cheese on top of these pizza bases. So I'm putting quite a bit of cheese to give it a full flavor. And place some peppers. So I'll add some sun-dried tomatoes. And place some tomatoes to add some extra color to it. And I'll place this pizza back on the dehydrator sheet. To another one. So plentiful of cheese. The basil sauce, I will add it at the end when the pizza base is nice and warm. Some yellow and red tomatoes and some dried tomatoes. And now I'll place this other pizza base and place it into the dehydrator to heat them up a little bit, to warm it through. It's warming it, it's not actually cooking it. And we'll leave the pizza in the dehydrator for about half an hour. And in the meantime, we're gonna make some salad. We'll take some rocket and place around the big plate and place some tomatoes around and some pepper, just to make it nice and colorful, but also is really delicious. And just a few sun-dried tomatoes. Okay, let's get our pizzas. And here we are, our warm pizza. Place it in the middle. And I'm gonna pour some basil sauce on the pizza and around on the salad. Okay, like this. And you also can add a bit of ground pepper. And here we are, our raw pizza. Okay, I'm gonna get my son James to taste the pizza. Hey James!
Yes?
Okay, I've got something for you to try.
Wow, my favorite.
You like it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, try.
So. Mmm. This is lovely, Mum.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. It's been a great pleasure sharing this wonderful recipe with you today. I hope you'll have lots of fun and enjoy health and happiness in your life. Bye!
Bye!
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/VEG.